First of all, I want to say that I wish I was uploading more for you guys. I wanted to do a video about this days ago, as well as I'm behind on my review of Peacemaker Season 2. So I'll try to catch up with that this week. But first of all, I wanted to talk about the Raja situation, the Raja Jackson situation. And I want to tell you that, again, my bad for not uploading. Had a bunch of stuff go down that took up my time last week. So I was unable to make videos, and I definitely wanted to make a lot of videos for you guys, including some Avengers Doomsday comments and thoughts about what's going on with that movie. But look forward to that very soon, all right? So the Raja Jackson situation, at first when I saw the footage, I'm not going to lie, part of me laughed because it kind of looked a little bit like it was funny. Almost like, oh, he shouldn't have fucked with a real shooter, right? But as I started hearing more about the story, and then when I found out what really happened, I was pretty mortified at this whole thing. Obviously, I assume most of you saw the footage. It's become hard to find because YouTube seems to be blocking videos that show it, but basically Rampage Jackson's son ran in, and he's not a wrestler, he's a fan, or maybe not even a fan, but somebody in the front row attacked Syco Stu and hit him with I don't even know how many unanswered punches, put him in the hospital. And this clip went viral because apparently Raja was doing the entire day he was streaming on Kick, and he streamed the entire thing. And I guess at some point, he got hit with like a can of Coke or something like that, or a beer can, and it was like a worked punch. And then Syco Stu kind of told him, "Hey, I thought you were a wrestler. My bad." And that's what started the whole thing. And then I guess people started to get in his ear and crank him up and crank him up. And a lot of this is in the Kick stream. This is what I did not know when I first saw the clip, because more and more is coming out as the days go by, right? So he's getting more and more mad. And on the Kick stream, he's like, talking about how he's going to get this guy. And this other dude is like next to him, egging him on. Like, this was crazy. And when he finally got in there, he hit this man in the face, knocked him out, and kept hitting him. There were other wrestlers there. There was a referee there. They didn't know what to do. Clearly inexperienced. I don't know if these wrestlers and that referee should even be in the wrestling business if you can't handle something like this. Like, this is something you need to learn how to handle on day one. You know what I mean? Because fans can attack a wrestler at any point, and some of these fans might actually hurt the guy. And what made me even more sick, this story got even more sad, is after Raja Jackson hit this man and knocked him out cold, another wrestler covered him and the referee counted 3. When he was actually legitimately knocked out. Apparently he lost a bunch of teeth and was choking on his own teeth. Like, he was choking on his own blood and teeth. That is terrifying and also extremely just crazy. Like, this is wild. Apparently, according to what I heard this morning, the cops are going to get Raja Jackson. They don't know what to charge him with. There's people saying attempted murder, which that's extreme. Definitely assault and battery for sure. But it was definitely premeditated because he was talking about doing this hours before he did it on his Kick stream. So it wasn't like they just broke out into a fight. And he hit this man so many times that he may have damage to his skull. Definitely had probably a concussion. He may actually have brain damage because he doesn't remember, He does not remember what happened. Now, before some idiot says, well, what about the UFC? In the UFC, if somebody gets knocked out, the referees there are trained to look at the guy getting hit, and immediately, once the dude is not responsive with his head back, eyes rolling in the back of his head, he will jump in and break up the punches. That's what the referee here should have done, but he didn't know. He's an idiot. So in UFC and in actual like real mixed martial arts or martial arts competitions as a whole, they stop it from getting worse. Getting knocked out is already bad. You're already possibly getting major issues there, but this dude hit this man so many times that there may be permanent damage. Apparently, Syco Stu does not remember anything, and people are not telling him what happened yet. Because they're saying something like, if you have brain damage and you're told something, it might affect them negatively in their own brain. Like, I didn't know any of this, but if somebody has suspected brain damage, until they're properly seen, you kind of don't want to tell them anything that's going to upset them because it may trigger something. And that is very interesting. Now, when he does come to and he does find out what happens, the first thing he needs to do is consult with a lawyer, because not only can Rajah Jackson be sued, that referee might even get sued, and the company Knox Pro is for sure going to get sued. At least he should do it. And I'll tell you why in a minute, because not only did they allow this to happen, but then the story came out that they were telling their own staff and wrestlers to not cooperate with law enforcement. Are you kidding me? One of your own talents got assaulted by somebody who's not a pro wrestler on your show that you are responsible for, and you're telling people not to cooperate. Dude, if I were Syco Stu, I would get every lawyer possible. This company is ran by Rikishi, who can't stop bitching about the booking of his sons, and it gets really annoying. He's got go away heat with a lot of people with his constant bitching. I mean, this dude said earlier this year that Jey Uso should go to AEW. The same year that Jey Uso wins the world title at WrestleMania, Rikishi's saying he should go to AEW. Like, dude, shut up. And then it's owned by Rikishi and Black Pearl, who I've known about for years. I wonder what happened to him, but he owns Knox Pro, and it was a WWE ID independent company. But WWE has distanced themselves from Knox Pro because of this. This story was covered in a bunch of places. I'm not sure if it actually made like headline news, but I will tell you that every big podcaster, Jim Cornette, Stevie Richards, they've all made videos commenting on it. And I haven't seen all the videos. I've seen a couple. And I was originally, because I had stuff going on, not even sure if I should talk about it. But I was thinking, nah, man, I got to say something. Because people are probably going to be asking me, number one. And number two, the story still isn't over yet because they haven't arrested Rajah Jackson. There's been a lot of theories I've seen that say that Rajah Jackson may be mentally ill. Or people say that if he's not diagnosed mentally ill, that he should probably go get checked out because maybe he is mentally ill. Maybe. And I think if you suspect that you're mentally ill, or if somebody tells you to who you trust, yeah, go get checked out. But I don't think that should save him from consequences. I don't believe it should. I mean, this was too much. If he had gotten in there and it was like one punch, it wouldn't have been, like, obviously it wouldn't have been so bad. And I think even though it would have been wrong and jumping in as a fan to a wrestling show. Like, that doesn't matter if you're a trained fighter or not. Like, that is a bad idea and sets a bad precedent for others. You know what I'm saying? But there were so many punches to this man's face unanswered. The dude almost swallowed his own teeth. I mean, think about that. And you can't even tell on the footage because his mouth is closed because he's out. And again, I'm just watching it and there's people not doing anything. And then one of the wrestlers covers and the referee counts. Get them the fuck out of the business. Listen, I'm not someone who's there for like, I'm not somebody who supports cancel culture. I'm not. But this was so reckless and so callous that some of these people, the bystanders that were there working for the company, should be gone. In my view. Because this, like, come on, man. This is going to make wrestlers feel uneasy about ever working for that company. Just imagine if you're a wrestler and you're going out there and you have that, in the back of your head that some mark can attack you. It's happened in the past, but nowadays, come on. And by the way, if you're defending this shit, bro, like, this guy Raja Jackson is a pussy. If he was gonna give this man a receipt, he should have done it to his face earlier in the show. And it should have just been if he really, really wanted it, it should have been like one punch. He waited till the dude was wrestling, went in, hit him with what's basically a spine buster, or except it was real, which he did not see coming, and just started swinging on him in a top to bottom position. That's cowardly. He sucker punched him. That's what happened here. No, there is no way you can condone what Raja Jackson did. And even if, like, the only way I could see a point being made is if somebody says, well, he ran in there and if he had hit him with a couple punches. Yeah, but that's not what happened, is it? He didn't hit him with one punch, which he should have done earlier if he really wanted the smoke. Because the guy clearly apologized to him and was very regretful for thinking he was a wrestler. That should have been the end of it right there. I accept your apology. You move on like adults. You don't wait till later when the guy is in the middle of working to shoot on him. And I mean, again, some people have said attempted murder. I don't know if he was trying to kill the guy. That seems like it's a bit much. But if a lawyer thinks they can get that, who knows? Who knows? We'll see what happens. They haven't figured out what to charge him with as of this recording. But wow, what an absolutely nutty story this was. I don't even know what to tell you. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, man. Have you seen the footage? What do you think? Let me know.